I am a warrior, I am a leader, I am a strategist, I am a scholar, and I am a destroyer. For untold thousands of years, I have walked the world in search of bloodshed, for coin, power, and the thrill of violence and cruelty. As king of Lagash, I fed the defenders of Umma to the vultures. I built a great pyramid for the god king of Kemet. I flooded the streets of Troy with the blood of King Priam's subjects, and I razed the grand city of Hattusa, casting its kings into the rubbish heap of history. I bathed the lands east of the Indus in the blood of the Kauravas. For Assyria, I sacked Egypt and abducted its gods. I dragged the people of Israel in chains because I felt cruel, and then helped them return because I felt generous. I sat under the Bodhi trees with Prince Gautama. I exploited the internal strife of Zhao and conversed with Kongzi and his peers. I left my mark in Tenochtitlan, constructing great stone heads in my likeness and teaching them the joy of blood sports. I filled chests of gold, selling my sword to the endlessly warring Poli of Hellas. I marched with Alexander and won great battles as his companion, and then dragged the lands he had conquered back to the reign of Chandragupta. I served Baichi, the human butcher, and witnessed him bury the hordes of Zhao alive. I sacrificed men to Jupiter to fill Rome with the resolve to resist and defeat the terrible Hannibal. I witnessed the meteoric rise of the greatest empire, sometimes as its enemy, others as its ally. I met the great warrior queens of Lac Viet. I chronicled the trials and tribulations of the three kingdoms. I saw that greatest empire fray at the seams, only to knit itself together under the golden visage of Aurelian, devotee of the indomitable sun. I saw the greatest empire enslave its own people to prolong its life, and cling to the word of God as its grasp upon the world slipped away. As a destroyer and pillager, I reminded them that no divine providence could protect them from steel and cruelty. I witnessed the kings east of the Indus impose on their subjects a divine duty, telling them that the gods had decided how they would spend their lives before they were even born. I watched the people of Zhonghua devour themselves again, leaving a permanent mark in their very soul. I tested the greatest empire's faith as I handed them their greatest defeats as the commander of the acolytes of Mecca, and watched them with interest as they overcame my challenges and came together stronger. The old lands of the greatest empire were now split in two, and I was eager to fight for both as my whims decided. I marched with conquerors like Ivar, Knut, Basil, Rurik, and Carolus Magnus. I saw Christendom and the Umma climb over mountains of bodies in search of their identities. I slew Thorfinn's companion with an arrow, driving him away from the world across the sea. I played Christendom and the Umma against each other, taking their precious relics from my collection. I traveled the eastern seas, exploring the bejeweled islands and meeting their hopeful settlers. Then, once the world had descended into enough chaos, I descended to harvest the fruits of mankind's labor, riding with Temujin and Hulegu, and trampling the world under my steeds' hooves, taking their riches and leaving them with desolation and nightmares for years to come. And I watched with glee as the greatest empire that had caused me so much grief in the past died a painful death. I helped humans build terrible weapons of iron, lead, and black powder, and watched with mild interest as these inventions brought endless death to all lands walked by men. I saw them argue over books, thrones, and ways of life, and come to lethal blows when they could not agree. I saw the kings of Iberia lay claim to the world for God and for shining gold and silver, and the empire of Nippon cloister itself in the cacophony of battle cries. Then humanity at last began to change and question tradition, question whether it was worth acceding to the demands of their long-gone ancestors. I conversed with their greatest minds, who imagined mankind becoming something much more, something more free and prosperous. And I was amazed when through that drive for freedom, the greatest empire began again. All the while, I continued to take lives, ripping out the hearts and heads of foes at Delhi, Blenheim, Poltava, Zorndorf, Fontenoy, Assaye, and Yorktown. I watched Europe be bathed in blood as a man of France they called the new Kaiser put his enemies to the sword until he and his men gave out. It had been thousands of years, and still humanity was not eager for peace. The world was ignited by revolutions, and disagreements over thought, borders, new machines, associations of merchants, and souls ended in carnage again and again. The so-called brother of the Christ brought Zhonghua to its knees. Nippon rose to become a great empire. Great heroes fought to free slaves and serfs of their chains. The new greatest empire called America declared themselves the strongest, and the mighty powers of the West divided the lesser polities among themselves. And all the while, the eternal war between kings and priests began to give way to a new war between peasants, workers, and owners. For all my machinations and conquests across history, humanity fell out of my control, and they fell upon each other like frenzied beasts in two wars to end all wars. They killed and killed again until they could kill no more, and I killed along with them, and directed their commanders how to kill even more. And at last, I grew wary. I remembered how an ancient power had given me a mission to save humanity, or at the least forestall their destruction. But now, first I wondered, could humanity be saved? And then, I wondered if they were worth saving. For all my life, I knew nothing but bloodshed. My body is now covered in scars inside and out, and my dreams are haunted by the cries of the people I've butchered. I was addicted to violence, and now the time had come for me to withdraw. Sometimes I would relapse, fighting not as a general but as a soldier. But most of the time, I sat and waited, meditated. The powers that be ravage the planet they live on and pit the weak against each other. Rich, old men commit the vilest deeds in plain daylight. Men, women, boys, and girls grow weak, feeble, and hopeless, with no will to forestall their own destruction. You will not heed my warnings. You are too proud for that. So instead of telling you of the future, I will instead tell you of the past, of the mistakes your ancestors made so that you may not repeat them, of the worst of your predecessors so you may not become like them, but also the greatest of your heroes and the greatest triumphs of your race itself, so that maybe you can strive for greatness once again. My name is Zosimus Tarkus, and the time has come for me to lay down my arms and teach the youths of this world about the people I have met, the lessons I've learned, and the civilizations I have seen rise and fall. Welcome, creatures of all ages! This is awkward. So, I said I was going to hunt for achievements, but something came up. See, there was this event, distraction and diversion, as it's called Shooting Star. Basically, while I was traveling through the city of Alcarid, in the east, a giant rock fell down from the sky, and I did what every adventurer does when a giant rock falls down. I tried to steal it. I spent like 20 minutes mining it, and inside was this little fairy-like thing that said that in exchange for freeing her, she would give me a enchantment that for 15 minutes would improve my mining skills. Basically, make me better at breaking rocks with a pick. So here I am. For the next 11 minutes, I will be breaking rocks. And I have for company, I have man's best friend, and that of course is Bacon. Walking Bacon. So this is mining is actually a very good AFK activity. You click on it and then you can just do things like it and just AFK, and while you're mining you can do things like, I don't know, cook a meal, or you can cook a meal or work out. I usually work out while it's happening. Or you can just get some work done if you're working remotely like I am. Also, as you notice, my strength stat has been reduced. The reason being is that recently I was fighting these things as a Slayer mission. I was fighting these things called Shades. They are impossible to fight with melee, because if you try to melee them, they will drain your strength. Which means you do fuck all in damage. Yeah, but mining is an AFK activity, but you can, if you don't AFK, if you focus, you can get more, you can do more faster, because if you if you AFK, you'll eventually run out of this like little orange bar called of stamina. At which point, you'll mine slower. But if you keep clicking, then you'll reset your stamina. Also, there are those like there was that little glitter. Those are that's called. I kid you not, it's called opportunities. Basically, if you click on a rock when it's showering glitter, then you'll do a bunch of damage to that rock because it's an opportunity, a rock opportunity. So yeah, 8 minutes left. After that, the first immediate thing I'm going to do is doing something called making history, a quest. See, the most annoying achievement of part one of the easy Varrock achievements is getting kudos. Kudos are basically like how much reputation you have with the Varrock Museum. You can do it by completing the dig site quest and doing and cleaning finds. But you can also do it by doing various other quests. Like I did the Grand Tree quest where I rescued where I saved the gnome Grand Tree from a conspiracy to kill it, and because of that, I learned a lot about gnome history that earned the reputation of the museum. So currently I have a total of 45 kudos, and in order to get the one achievement, the one important achievement from Varrock, I need to get 50. So I'm gonna get the final amount by doing the making history quest. Okay, I think I'm going to. So orichalcum refined orichalcum requires something called requires like an agent called Dracolith. So we're gonna start mining that. Six more minutes. Alright, and then after that we are going to complete our last, one of our daily achievements. We have to create or upgrade a piece of equipment. I think I'm going to make myself a hatchet. Wait, hold on a second. Equipment, tools. Orichalcum hatchet, yeah, I need one of those. Yeah, one hell of a detour. I mean, I've already made history by popularizing bacon, which is why the bacon's developer, Eli Bacon, gave me this pet pig. Okay, what are the other things I need to do for the Varrock achievements? Jump off the fence south of Varrock, that's an agility achievement. What else? What lies below? Take the Dagon Eye shortcut to the Chaos Altar. Rat catchers. Stronghold security. Select a color for a new kitten. Okay, so I need to do a bunch of quests for this. What else is there? Let's do maybe Easy Sears Village. Murder Mystery. Yeah, I need to complete this quest. What else? Mauritania. Creature of Frankenstein. In need of the Myriad. I think I'll save this for later. So, what else? Karamja. Okay, I might do that. What else? Falador. Okay, that's doable. Desert. This might be a little difficult. Demonheim. Ardgorn. Okay, after we're done with, we'll do the Fremnik achievements after. Yeah, we'll do Fremnik achievements after we're done with Dark achievements. Seems a bit easier. Alright. While we're at it, let's do singing warm-ups. Okay, vocal trills. Oh, no. No. This is getting tough. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I mean, like I said, when you're a small streamer, basically just stream things that you'd be doing anyways. Alright, it's worn off. Alright, making history. First of all, let's see how my animals are doing, because I am a proud landowner, and smallholder. An industrious peasant. Okay, I need to feed the animals. Let's see what I can feed them with. Who doesn't like potatoes, honestly? Okay, this seems to be safe. The chickens are enjoying their seeds. And how about the... Okay, the sheep are good. Sheep in the breeding pen are also good. Okay, we're good. Oh, let's also muck out, clean the dung. Get some extra farm XP. I want to do this because sometimes the sheep will excrete green manure, and that's useful because you can make it into super compost, and it gives a pretty decent amount of farming XP. Okay, let me try again. No. Okay, almost. I almost did it. For some reason, you cannot raise pigs. You know, that's the funny thing about pigs in this game. The idea of actually eating pigs is very, very new to the RuneScape world. Originally, people thought the only thing you could use pigs for is having them in wrestling contests. Pig wrestling. Warrior women. There's only one thing these leaders are actually good for, and that is walking cash bags, pickpocketing them. I don't think they even have pockets, so I'm not sure where I'm reaching for. I guess that's a trade secret. Yep, we are heading for the outpost. Apple trees. And here it is, the outpost. Lucky Snuffles is getting hungrier. I will feed him after we are done making history. Hello! All is lost! Sorry. Just look around you, this great building will soon be in ruin. I've seen worse. Great building? Of course! This building has a history spanning generations. I see a great history, but why will it be in ruin? It's to be ripped away apart to make way for King Lattis's new alchemist lab. Does the king not respect the outpost's great history? Well, actually, nobody knows what history is. But there must be something. Wait a minute, you could help me. Me? Yes, uncovering the history of this building to convince King Lattis to leave it alone. Do you want to know more? Okay, that's my job. It's the little things about history, the untold stories. That's what I like to hear. With many occupants over the years, building has seen much action. It started life as an outpost. Its sole purpose, to see incoming armies. God damn, those hobgoblins have cake. Before they saw the city of Artgorn. If all goes well, I hope to turn it into a museum as a monument to the area's history. What do you think? Let's do this. Alright, I will make a stand for history. I hope all of you will too with me. Oh, thank you so much. You really are my savior. But where should I start? What do I need to know? There are 3 people that may be able to help. A trader in Ardgurn. There is a silver trader in East Ardgurn named Aaron, who I believe can help. In what way can he help? His great-grandfather lived in this outpost according to the records. He must know something. Okay, I'll see what he has to say. Alright. Let's visit Ardgurn. Port Phasmatis is going to be annoying because you have to, what's the word? Yeah, Port Phasmatis is going to be a little annoying because, to get there, you need to like go through this long process of getting ecto tokens by grinding bones. First, silver trader. Silver straw. Ah, there we go. What can I buy from this guy anyways? Oh. Alright. I mean, I guess I could sell stuff to him. Are you Aaron? That I am. What do you want? You realize I'm working here? This shouldn't take you long. I just want to ask you a bit about your great-grandfather, the one who lived in the outpost. What's it to you? I'm doing some research for a man named Jorel. Apparently the king is going to make the outpost into his very own alchemist's lab. That can only cause chaos. Well, my great-grandfather lived and died there according to my mother, but even she knows very little about him. The only thing I have is this key is a key. It's a strange key. It changes temperature by itself as you walk around. I'm afraid I don't know what it's for though. No idea at all? Well, I imagine it's some chest of his belongings as it's too small for a door. Perhaps if you find some of his belongings, you will discover some clues amongst them. Right, so apparently, so this is, it's a hot and cold. Okay, let's go north. Yeah, it's hot and cold, so basically I need to just keep on. It's freezing and warmer than last time. Alright, so basically I need to follow this key. Freezing but colder than last time, alright. What if I went west? Okay, let's keep on going west. Okay, so let's go north. Okay, let's go south then. Maybe it's in one of these buildings. It's cold and okay, so I am getting close. Is this the palace? Okay, keep going. Is it in Haziel? Is it in Haziel's house? Okay, maybe it's in the monastery? No, further, alright. Gnome village? I mean... Okay, the battlefield? Very hot and warmer than last time, alright. Is it in the Khazard base? Okay, that is a curry tree that I planted. I might as well pick some leaves. These are curry leaves, which I can use to spice up a stew. Okay, I'm guessing it's in this it's in this ruin. Alright, let's search the crates. Yeah, I'm guessing it's in these goblin ruins. Yeah, let's go underground. Okay, I guess not. Okay, so the only thing I can think of is... Okay, so the only thing I can think of is, yes, it is underground. So yeah, it's in one of these chests. Okay. Yeah, there are only two options. One of them is they are in the one of these chests. The other is you have to use a spade to dig, and that would be annoying. But you know, might as well. But you know, it kind of would make sense. Okay, let's try this one. The chest contains some anti-poison. Alright, let's try this chest. Is it actually in the observatory? Okay. Okay. Okay, I guess I will... What's the nearest? I guess I do need a spade. Let me just... Let me just treat my strawberries. And feed my pig. So... Apparently pigs like onions. I'm not gonna question it. So let's go buy a spade. Okay, let's go. Let's go treasure hunting, I think. Alright, so just going to hop over to dig up some history. First, Benath. My life is full of changes, and at the moment, I met a great and powerful follower of Zamorak who's offered me the chance to join him and others in the quest for ultimate power and the desolation of others. This is just the opportunity I've been looking for. I move into the old outpost north of Ardgorn at the end of this week. I can hardly wait. 15th Benath. Been here a few days now. I'm overwhelmed and just how evil the other 8 are. I suppose this is amplified by living in such a small building. 20th Benath. Started causing havoc to the people of Ardorn today. We poisoned the water supply with a strange concoction, which caused everyone to break out in boils. Very funny. The others have been stealthily setting fire to some people and laughing at the conclusion of spontaneous combustion. I think I'll have to come up with something more evil for tomorrow. Following my genius plan to make all the children invisible, the city is now in total chaos as the kids test their freedom by putting the adults into a panic. Honestly, some of the tricks the kids play are better than anything I can invent. Sadly, things have calmed down to the city and they realize that we're the cause of all this tragedy. Luckily, the people don't have enough power to get past their defenses, and even if they did, they would wish they hadn't thought of such an attack. We have told to beware, for your days are numbered by the people of Ardgorn. It seems the city has asked for some external help, which will be upon us at any time soon. I'm sure we will eliminate such a threat, though. Okay, should I give this guy's grandson, the silver merchant, the hard truth that his grandfather was a, um, was a magical terrorist? I think I will. That's it? Very interesting. So, like, yeah, he's probably bottling up those feelings inside. I mean, I would be kind of silent too. I wouldn't really know what to say if turns out my father was my great grandfather was a terrorist. Okay. Alright, that is the first part of our history making. Make history, not war. Or you can make history by making war. The person who wrote the journal spent time living in the outpost, following the order of Zamorak. I see. He talks of all the nasty things they did to the evil Aragorn, which I don't care to mention. But it looks like they were stopped by someone, but it doesn't say who. Alright. A warrior in Relica. In Relica, there is a warrior named Drawn who I've spoken to in the past. He's always on the lookout for information that can improve his fighting and commanding skills. And how's he related to this outpost? He isn't directly, but he's studied many wars, and as this used to be an outpost, it should have been involved in some war. That sounds simple enough. He isn't the easiest person to talk to, so you may need to speak to his brother Blanin first. Alright, let's visit Relica. Near the mountains, alright. That's Olaf Haraldsson, there's Eriolf. I'm never going to understand this game's fascination with pigtails. Like, I mean, pigtails aren't things that you'd expect older women to wear, but for some reason, okay, let's see if he's in the Fremnik inside. What's this village called again? Oh, I see. So the region, the settlement is called Relica. The region is called the Fremnik province. There's Borkar. Bradier, Inga. Ah, there he is, Blanim. Are you the brother of Drawn? That I am. Why? Has he killed one of your family? Not that I know of. Oh good, how can I help you? Well, I'd like to talk to your brother Drawn about the outpost north of Artburn. I'm afraid he's not that easy to talk to, so it's good you came to see me. You'll need to remember a few things while talking to him. Like? You must be firm with him and don't mention I sent you. In case he eats, he asked, he wields an iron mace in battle, eats rats for breakfast, kittens for lunch, and bunnies for tea. His favorite drink is red spider blood. He's 36 years, 8 months, and 21 days old. Studies famous battles of the 4th and 5th ages. Lives on the northeast side of town, and his pet cat is called Fluffy. Okay? Alright, northeast area. Is that... That's Borkar. Frigard. Riso. There he is. Why should I? I'm after important answers. But how do you know me? Why, you're the famous warrior Drawn. If so, what weapon do I use? I mean, you're holding it right now. It's an iron mace. When do I like to eat rats? Breakfast. When are kittens best devoured? Lunch. What do I usually eat for tea? Bunnies. What color spider blood tastes best? Red. How many years old am I? 38. And months, 8, 5th and 4th. And my house is situated where? Northeast. What's my brother's name? Blanin. And my pet cat is called Fluffy. What's 5 plus 7? 12. What? I'm trying to find out the whole history of the outpost near Ardgurn. I was wondering if you could help me. Ah, yes, I remember reading of a battle that took place on the outpost many years ago. Two ex-friends led forces in a small battle that ended with them pitted against each other at the top of the outpost as a sole survivors because of their superior strength. They were friends, but a difference in their beliefs meant they fell out. One chose to follow the god Zamorak, while the other chose Sardomin. But fighting themselves in this extreme situation at the top of the outpost caused them to see their error of the ways. Like the waste of life, lost friendship, and wasted time. They both decided to unite under Gothics. Ah, I like happy endings. You would. Thank you, I can report this back to Jorel now. How do you get the bloodstains out of your clothes? Okay. Alright, walking. Walking, walking. How's it going? I've talked to the warrior. Excellent, what did he say? Well... And then I asked him about getting the bloodstains out of his clothes, but he didn't like that. It seems you're lucky he didn't beat you up. Well done, that's another piece of the puzzle. What's the story so far? From the two pieces of evidence, we know that the outpost was occupied by followers of Zamorak who caused havoc to the nearby city of Ardgurn. Ardgurn called in some Sardomin followers to deal with the problem. The two sides were led by ex-friends who settled their differences and decided to worship Gothics. But who survived and what happened to them? There's one person left that may be able to help. I've been told there's a ghost far off in Fort Phasmatis that moans of losing his life to this place. Sounds ominous. Does he have a name? He does indeed. It's Drolak. I'll track him down. I've conversed with the dead before, so that shouldn't be too much of the problem. Alright. First of all, we are going to need some bones in order to... bones, because we need to... we need to grind their bones to make some bread. I mean, offer to the ectoplasm. So, might as well pick up, might as well... Might as well give them some chicken bones. Right, chicken bones. So the nice thing about chickens is that if you keep killing chickens, eventually one of them will just fall from the sky and say, "I've returned." At which point, if you kill it, you'll get a what is it? A rubber chicken, an offhand rubber chicken, which is part of the Slayer Journal. The pig says, "Eat more chicken." Yeah, I did some chores for this guy. I got wool to. I got wool to spin into yarn, or fleece to spin into wool, as it's called here. So I think he's okay with me taking a few chickens. And in fact, if he really wanted, I could just give him the chicken. I just want the bones. Okay, so 8. Okay. So yeah, we are going to need to grind bones into bone meal. Oh yeah, that's right, I need an amulet of Ghost Speak. Ghost Speak. That way I can indeed talk to ghosts. Oh my god. The name of this guy, I don't even, it's not even funny, I just feel bad for him. I sniff my urine. Alright, there are some herbs I grew a while back. I'll harvest it later. Alright, let's climb. Oh, so sorry, not extra. Yeah, Ectophontus. Okay, let's fill the hopper. Alright, let's just sit back and let myself do the hard work. So yeah, as you might know, anyone watching this might know, I have recently gotten back to singing and doing covers. Recently, I did a piano and vocals cover of a recently released metal song from one of my favorite bands called Eternal Champion. So I think I know what my next cover will be. It's gonna have some harsh vocals. So let's see how long. Once again, let's see how long I can hold a scream. Get ready. No, no. Okay, that should be enough. Yeah. 3 more. You know, I just realized they're basically letting me giving me new pots. I didn't know that, so I guess I just bring more. I just bring a full inventory of bones. Okay. Oh, there's my dog. Oh, alright, I need ectoplasm. Okay, let's head down and worship the ectoplasm. So sorry. Get ectoplasm and worship the ectofuntus. Can I actually... agility level 58. Just got a long walk down. Alright, I need buckets. Oh, they give me free buckets too, that's nice. Okay, let's climb back up again. Okay, let's try now. Okay, so... all visitors to Port from Phasmatis must pay a toll charge of 2 extra tokens. Okay. Will you join me in protest against the evil band of Necrovarus and his disciples? Worship all the Ectophuntus all you want, but don't bother us human. I mean, you're human too, just a dead one. Who are we? Okay, who are we looking for again? There's Melina, there's... Valerina. No, that's Valerina, that's the ghost shopkeeper. Ah, there he is, Drolak. Wow, I haven't spoken to living for I don't remember how long. Is your name Drolak? Yes, sorry, I am here. Great, do you know anything about the outpost north of Ardgurn? I don't really like to talk about it, but I died there. I do have a scroll which might interest you that describes the timeline of the outpost, but first I wonder if I could ask you to tie up a problem. Like what? Well, I left to go to the outpost against the wishes of my wife. I promised I would return to her, but obviously I did not as I died there. She's a ghost nearby, but she won't listen to my apologies. You want me to patch things up? Yes, how do you guess? Call it traveler's intuition. Yeah, I'm very good at talking. I'm very good at listening. I'm very good at talking, and I don't know. I'd like to think I'm very empathetic, and I'm very good at, I don't know, understanding people's problems, and maybe just, I don't know, showing them a little kindness. I don't think I've ever actually genuinely solved someone's problems to the point that they actually thanked me, but I'd like to think if push comes to shove, like I would have, like, I don't know, a 5% chance of doing so. Okay, is there a bank here? Yes, there is. Sapphire. Okay, we do have a sapphire. Wool. Now we just need some gold. I don't have any gold. Shit. Okay, some more walking. Okay. Alright, let's pick some herbs, Marantil. Okay, let's try this again. There is a furnace here. And let's make a sapphire amulet. Okay. Are you Melina? That I am. What's it to you? I've been talking to Jolak. I believe he left you but never returned. He did. I suppose he's asking you to tell me I'm sorry. What an empty gesture. Well, actually, he told me to give you this amulet. A sapphire amulet! He remembers. It's just like the one he gave me before he left. I honestly believe he's sorry. I'm so glad. Please tell him I forgive him. At least I feel complete. Farewell. What? So, all of these people in this place, they're not like bound here. They just haven't passed on. Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to hope they don't. Hope they stick around a little longer, because I might need help. What is it? With the brewery right there, brewing booze, because this is like one of the 2 places no, I think there's another one in Wendelwick right now. It's one of the 3 places in the world where you can do that. Let me know if there's any use, and then I can be forever free. Start of the 5th Age, outpost build. 65 years, the dreaded years of tragedy. 68 years, the great tragedy, the great battle. 71. Survivors of battle start a new line of kings of Argorn and the equal trade market. Okay. Okay. Hi there. How's it going? I've been in contact with the ghost you suggested, and I've recovered this. Very interesting. So there was a great battle at the outpost. Then one of the survivors became king, and the other started the marketplace. Good work. It all makes some more sense now. I never realized there was quite so much history to this place. It was more than I could have hoped. I'm glad to hear. What's the whole story? Many years ago, there were 2 friends who fell out over their difference of opinion and religion. One decided to dedicate his life to Zamorak, Saradom, and the other to Zamorak. Years passed, and the follower of Zamorak moved into this outpost with a group of others to cause havoc to the city of Ardgorn. The people of the city caused upon some Sardoman followers who happened to be led by the other friend. A battle ensued, but the two friends at the top of the outpost as the sole survivors. Realizing their mistakes, they became friends again. One decided to become king and spread the word of equality, and the other chose to start up a market where all could trade at their wares equally and fairly. The one that became king is the great-grandfather of the King Lathas we know. What should I do now? What I'll do is write down the details you have provided in a more easy to digest manner, along with my plans for using this building as a museum. Alright, let's visit the king. After that, Lucky Snuffles can get a snack. Well, nice bit of lore there. Oh, Impling. A cold spirit, alright. Okay. Okay, where is the king? King Lathas. I've been asked you to hand this from Jorl at the outpost. I see. I had no idea that place had any value at all. All this about my great-grandfather and Jorl's plans to make it into a museum makes for a convincing case. I'm sure he only wants what is best. Very well, I will comply with his request. Take this letter back to him with my kind regards. Thank you. All right. Let me see. Hurrah! Good work! You've done it! You've saved the outpost! My pleasure. I can continue with my plans for this place. Thank you. Take a look at the new artifacts in the museum room. You might find something of interest. In this case is a giant shield. The plate reads, "This shield comes from the 4th Age, where people were fighting to become settled and less nomadic." Inside the case are 3 items. The first is a helmet, and its card reads, "This is the helm worn by Wally in his defeat of the Delrith the demon 150 years ago." Next is a battle axe, and its card reads, "The Axe of Aram, left behind by accident before he journeyed on his quest for the shield to save the people of Avaraka." Lastly, a pair of old boots. The scar reads, "These boots were worn by Randus before he was corrupted by Zamorak's promises of glory." Alright, inside the case are 3 items. The first is the flag of Sardomin, and its card reads, "This flag was held high by an incoming Sardominist force that did battle in this outpost 98 years after the start of the 5th Age. Its good condition is a testament to the importance of such items to warriors of those times." Next is an iron mace, and its card reads, "This mace comes from the 4th Age, a time when people were first mining metals and putting them to use. History suspects this was one of the first uses of metal." The last object is the flag of Zamorak, and this card reads, "The symbol of Zamorak has made its mark on many items, but none so important as the flag borne into battle. This flag was not only carried into battle, but also had pride of place at the top of this outpost in the years known as the Dread Years of Tragedy." And a catapult. Okay, first of all, let's go feed the pig. Alright. Now let's visit Drazoak and tell him the good news. Spread the good word. Tell him the good word. What word is that? Bird is the word I want. Bird is the word I want. Bird. All right. Oh, sorry, not Drazawak, Drolak. You can rest in peace now. Thanks for telling me. I've been waiting for ages. Goodbye. Bye. Alright, now let's tell... Now let's share the history I've made with... I think there's a name for it. There's a name for it that's gone out of favor right now. It's called bric-a-brac. That's a name for ancient history. bric-a-brac used to be there. Can I help you? I have some information that might be of use in your place. That's grand. We're also glad to have more facts. Now tell us what you know. I found more about King Lathas' ancestors. Oh, I'd be interested to hear this. We have a painting of him upstairs. Indeed, it turns out there was a big battle in the year 98 of the Fifth Age. One of his ancestors became king before he survived it. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, so yeah, I was confirmed. Now is the Fifth Age. Ah, is this relating to that small museum near Ardgorn? Yes! Ah, yes, we've been meaning to make a display on that for some time. They sent us some information too. I'm glad you reminded me. I'll get that done now. Display number 46, Fifth Age, year 98. And before I go out, we found this old lamp lying around. And since you've done such a sterling job, we'd like you to have it. You're welcome. Wait, is that one of the achievements? Oh, Haig Halen, right. What should we boost? How about... What can I get at level 44 of summoning? Nothing? Alright. How about... farming, maybe? Or... defense? What's one big milestone I want to get? Let me think. Runecrafting? Oh, I know, Slayer. Slayer is kind of hard to boost at this stage. Requires a bit of grinding. So yeah, let's grind. Let's boost Slayer. Right, Haig Halen. Curator Haig Halen. Welcome to Varrock Museum. Oh, that's it? Yes, we have an expedition underway at a rather interesting island to the north of Mauritania. We believe it may be of archaeological significance. Alright. Well, now let's go to the church and have Elsie tell me a story. Did I just walk to that stone fence? All right. Hello, dearie. What can old Elsie do for you? Can you tell me a story? Maybe I could tell you a story if you'd fetch me a nice cup of tea. Okay, seems fair. Okay, let's visit the tea stall. Tea shop. Heals 37 and temporarily increases attack +3. I mean, obviously, attack potion is better, but it also heals a bit and removes the effect of aggression potions. Nice, nice for early levels, I'm guessing. Yes, you can have it. Ah, it's nothing like a nice cup of tea. You know what? I'll tell you a story to thank you for the love of tea, lovely tea. A long time ago, when I was a little girl, there was a handsome young man living in Barak. I saw him here in the church quite often. Everyone said he was going to become a priest, and we girls were so sad about that. But young Dissy, that was the young man's nickname, he was a wild young thing. One night, he gathered some lads together, and after the evening prayer meeting, they all put on masks and sneaked down to the evil temple in the south of the city, the evil one. The next day, there was quite a hubbub. The guards told us that someone painted Saradomin pones on the wall of the Zamarakian temple. Now, we'd always been taught to keep well away from that dreadful place, but really it is good, all good to see someone that wasn't afraid of the scum who live at the end of the town. Old Father Packet was furious, but Dizzy just laughed it off. Dizzy left town after that, saying he wanted to see the world. It's such a shame. He had the most handsome shoulders. A young man came here looking for stories about Dissy. Of course, that's not his proper name, but his friends call him Dissy, and I told him that one. He said Dissy had become a really famous man, and there was going to be a book about him. Well, that's all good, but I wish Dissy had just come back to Varak. I did miss him so much. Well, until I met my Freddy and we got married. But that's another story. Okay, now let's... there is a agility shortcut somewhere. Shortcut. Okay, so shortcuts are listed. Achievements. Oh, I see. It's south of Arak. Ah, this must be it. Coming through, don't mind me. Ratburgess, where is he? Ah, that must be him. I finished all the easy tasks in the Varrock set. You have! Excellent! Well done! Can I have the reward? Roar! Ah, yes, of course, your reward. It's right here. Now, this body armor is magically enhanced to help you with your smithing and mining. You will have to, a chance to double your bars when smelting, ores when mining, and progress when smithing bronze, iron, or steel. It will also make you more likely to obtain parts of the scepter from the stronghold security. Bear in mind, you'll be needing to wear the armor for any of this to work. I can also change your Varrock teleport spell if you takes you to the Grand Exchange, if you'd find that more convenient. No, that's not really useful for me because I'm playing on Iron Man. As an extra reward, you can have your old magical lamp to help you with your skills. I was going to use it myself, but I don't really need it. If you should lose the armor, come back and see me for another set. Alright, let's see. Well, like I said, I want to boost Slayer, so let's do that. Okay, so that's done. Now let's go to the Fremnik Isles. Oh, no, not Fremnik. Not the Fremnik Isles, so... Kill rock crabs, find the highest tree. Give me a moment. I'm going to get some... I'm going to hydrate. Get some water. First of all... Alright. That feels good. Alright, first let's start with the most straightforward one. Let's kill a cave crawler. Is this the highest tree? Find the highest tree on the Fremnik mainland. Okay, clearly that's not it. The highest tree, the highest tree. Is that it? How do I get in there? Okay, that's pretty straightforward. The highest tree. Where is the highest tree? I mean, there's some pretty tall trees there. Maybe I'll head over there. Oh, that's a pretty tall tree. Cut down blossoming tree. Is this the highest tree? Fenris Wolf, alright. There are no wolves on Fenris, though. Is that the highest tree? No. Let's see. I'm not going to use a guide. Wait, is that the highest tree? Like, does this count? I mean, does it still count as... our camp, but we don't want any trouble here. Okay. Okay, I need rope. Yep, that's definitely it. Let's get some rope. So the best place to get rope generally is to kill some muggers. Yeah, let's just kill these guys until we get some rope. There we go. Let's also go to Drainer to get some more pig food. And by pig food, I mean onions. I mean, pigs are fat like ogres, and ogres are like onions, so pigs like onions, I guess. Oh, right, forgot to get rid of the I will return letters. Okay. Sorry to bother you, but there is some stuff I'm supposed to do. Yeah, this is something I'm just curious. Where does Relica end and Death Valley? I mean, where does the Fremnik province begin and Death Valley end? Huh? This isn't it? Well, maybe I can see from here. Yeah, you're just wondering, how do I get here? Okay, can I go in here? Can I squeeze through this rock? Well, it's obviously not the swaying tree. So where is the highest tree? Again, I think it's around here just because better elevation. Now's not the time. Is it this one? No? Does this count as the mainland? Alright, let's rest. Find the highest tree on the Fremnik mainland. Is this it? There's a fox here. Wait, is this it? Is that it? Okay. I'm gonna use a guide. Runescape, Relic, Achievements. Fremnik Achievements. The Windswept Tree. Northeast of the Celtigrim entrance. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, again, it's really unclear. Unclear. Where does the Fremnik... where does the Fremnik province begin end and Death Plateau begin, or whatever this is? Does this count as... Does the snowy, like, hunter area count as the mainland? I think I'm entitled to use a guide for that. Alright, this is going to take a while. How many bolts do I have left? Oh, running out. Okay, that's one. How many have I killed so far? Alright, just chilling. that's 2. Okay, what next? Collect seaweed. What's the joke? Why did the lobster blush? Because he saw weed? He didn't see weed? I don't get it. Okay, let's harpoon some fish. Okay, let's net some fish. Find the hunting expert. Use the summoning object. Northern Ice Plains, alright. I mean, this was this game. The hunting skill was made before the term "gat" was coined, I believe. All right, hunting expert. Yep, that's him. Oh, find him. No, all right. Alright, snack time. Now let's learn about Barbarian Assault. Okay, just going to hop over this log, or bounce on the log. Alright. Okay, so I need to actually view the tutorial all towards the beginning, to the end. I can't imagine I'll find players to play with anytime soon. All right. This will be in the area where you will be fighting. Once you've entered the battle, your task depends on which of the roles you've fallen: attacker, defender, collector, or healer. Alright, just chilling. And strangers. Wow, this is complicated. At the start of the Third Age, the mighty Gothics placed deposits of rune stones all over the world for people to use. But the gift wasn't enough for some people, and they started greedily crafting their own runes. We believe in only using those runes that were given to us in the first place. We have one such deposit of runes that we've used ever since Gothic's gift. We won't allow you to use runes created by yourself or some other greedy rune crafter. We also won't let you use any prayers. There's no time to pray. Arrows too are provided in the area, so you better leave them behind. Penance Queen. If you're in hard mode, you wouldn't say face the king. Oh my god. Yeah, sure. At each way to penance, you'll be presented with a score sheet, and we will tell you how you performed as a team, how you performed as an individual. Okay, that's one diary completed. Alright, let's talk to the Council of Workmen. I've completed all the easy... Hold on a second. Let's drop... You can wear the Fremnik sea boots right now. I have a pair for them. They're strange. They're boots. I'm guessing they'll impress the Fremnik and their strange spirits. Look at them carefully. See if you can't work out what they do. Thanks. Okay. Contact the... By earning your Fremnik sea boots, you will gain certain benefits within the Fremnik area. In the majority of cases, you don't need to wear them to benefit. If you seek to Peer the Seer, he will deposit items in your bank. The Fossagrimm's enchantment will give your Liar extra charges if you make an offering in person. Okay, well... Let's get some more... Oh, nice! Yeah, let's get some more Slayer XP. Okay, I think I'm going to call it there. Short stream, and there's still some other things I want to do today. So, thank you for coming, and expect more to come. I will be doing another short stream tomorrow of the Alexander campaign in the Room 2 DEI mod. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, but yeah, I got 2 achievement diaries done, so I'm happy with that. Thanks for coming, and expect more to come.